Hello friends, welcome back to the party here. What party is that, do you ask? Well, it's the one where I try for the 4,976th time to make a transfer case actually fit in this pig of a rig. Here's what happened. I had a case, tried to put it in, didn't fit. Spline count for the input shaft, it was incorrect. So I bought a kit to put a spline in there. And well, it turns out that the transfer case that I thought I had, I didn't have. So none of that fit. So I said, okay, that's fine, I'll try again. Bought a 263. 263, that's electronic. Can't manually shift that. So that didn't work either. Then I bought a 261, this one right here. Turns out that the 261 didn't have the right input shaft either. So, turns out I got lucky though, because the input shaft that I had bought for the first transfer case is actually the one that I needed. So, long story being shorter, now that I've said all that, I'm going to combinationalize a little bit of that 263 and the 261 to create kind of a beefier version of what it is that we got going on here. Reason being is this here Planatorial, it's only got 4 of them spiders on there. And the 263, according to legend, has 6 of them. I'm thinking all of that combinationalized in the right sort of way might result in just, you know, a better all-around being all-around. So let's get to it here, friends, and we'll tear apart that 263, see if the parts in there, we like them, and if we do, we'll shove them back inside this case and see what happens with our lives. Who knows? The night is young. Okay, first things third is we gotta get all of them boltular bits out the side of the case. Luckily, they covered them all in these little plasticky cap deals, which almost immediately result in strippage. That's fine. I've never been scared of no strip clubs. There we go. Yeah, good. All right. Juan. Stripped. Stripped. Completely ruined it. Good. Okay. Stripped it. Okay, we'll be right back after these messages. Okay, now before we break this apart here, the next thing we got to do is we got to get that seal out of there, and then there's a little pinchy portion in here that we got to try to get to, but let's see if we can bonk that seal off first. Okay, that's that sealy bit, that's out. You shove your eyeball holes down in there, you can see that there's that snappy boy in there that you got to pinchalize in order to get this case apart. I don't think that this one's ever been apart though, actually, if I'm being honest with you. Let's give it a thump. Nope, give it a thump. Here, there's a spot right there that I can shove a true bobber. There, come on apart. Oh yeah, I should have led with that actually. That was exactly what that's... Oh, we're missing a bolt, actually. Let's get all the hardware out of there first. Step 1, remove all the hardware. Oh, yeah, there we go. Look at that. It just already wants to come apart for us. Now we're going to expandilize that little snapalizer. There we go. Now we should be able to slide that out. Oh, this thing looks way different. Why does that look way different than that one? We're about to learn something here, friends. Did you let go? Let it go. Let it go. Don't want you hanging on anymore. This is going quite well. I don't know if you can tell, but I've done this 0 times successfully. Oh, wait a minute. This is in the way. Get the sensors out of the way, you muppet. Met cats and dogs that are better mechanizers than Passnate, that's for sure. Okay, how about now? I've asked you nicely. Could you let go of it, please? There we go. Is that one got to come out too? Maybe. I don't know. Let's take it out. See what happens. Okay. How about now? Will you come on? Yeah, there we go. Should have led with that. I'm going to get in there and get the planetary out. All of this looks different. What's this big thing? I don't know. If you know what this big doodad is, let me know down below. I don't know what that is. Do I need it? I don't know. I'm not going to use it. That's for sure. There, let's get this whole big old sucker out of there. That's a beefy gal. What is all that? I don't know. What's it do? I have no idea. Looks totally different than the other one though. That's probably fine. We're gonna use that. Nope, we're not. We're gonna put that one back in. Why did they make this so different? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Does it look the same? Nope, it doesn't. Maybe I don't want it. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's get it out. Why not? Okay, I think I'm ready to glove up for this. You know what they say, no glove, no love. We started raw dogging her, but she's a little dirtier than I expected, so maybe just a bit of a pleasure mitten would be a good idea for this. Okay, that's out of the way. That big fork dealy, that's out of the way. What does that do? Shift it, I think. Does that thing come out? Sure does. What's that do? That comes out too. Oh, oh, okay. Hey, it looks the same now. That's pretty neat. I'm just gonna bang that planetary out of there. Which means I gotta pop the seal off. There we go. Okay, seal out of the way. Be gone with you. Oh, I forgot I was gonna put a glove on. Let's do that now that I've forgotten. Bend and cough. There, it went. I think it did. Ah! Got it. Okay. Yeah, look at that. See, that's got all of them planetas on there. I really like that because it holds all the weight, allegedly, a little more betterly than that there. You can see all that slop in there. This one ain't got that. So we're gonna use that one, friends. Looks like I gotta drop a bearing into place. Seems Passnate already pulled that out of there. That's good. Luckily, I have no idea where the snap rings go for that. That'll be fine, probably. I think it's that one. Is it? I don't know. Stay tuned. We'll find out after these messages. That's the bearing, for sure. Is that the snap ring? I think it is. Holes in your buckets. It even fits. Not really. It's too big. Why is it too big? Okay, so that snap ring doesn't fit. But what about that one? Come on. Yeah, look at that. Snap ring installed. All right, now we're gonna drop in our beefed up planetizer. Okay, drop you in. There we go. It's not going in all the way. Love tap. Nope. Be inside. I just want you inside of this. There it goes. Maybe. Yeah. You just gotta give her a good thumping, you know? Sometimes you just gotta really beat it into her, you know? Only if it's consensual, friends. Don't do anything too violent, you know what I mean? Got enough room for a snap ring? Kind of looks like we might. Let's give it a go. That's the one that's not ruined. Pliers! Expangelize. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. How about a bit of a push from our trusty friend, Flathead? Yeah. Look at that. Success, friends. Snap ring installed. That was all we were trying to do, friends. That was the big ordeal. Now that we've got that in there, now we can just try to pretend as if we know how to put the rest of it back together, which we don't. This thing's got to go in there. What's that do? Hold a thing in, probably. Okay, that's installed. I think this thing goes in there now. Perfect. Okay, it seems to be installationized. I think this just goes in here now. Yeah, that seems about right. Sure, why not? I think that's next. But before I get too squirrely with that, I think I gotta put this side back together. So let's do that now. Welcome back to Bacon Butter, where none of the parts make sense and parts diagrams are obsolete. We'll just hope for the best here. Yeah, that fits in there. Sure. Now this goes in here this way. Okay, let's do that thumping in there. There, it's better. There it is. That is what we were looking for. Let's put that snap ring on there now. Now that goes on the outside. Go on. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Another snap ring installed. We got another bearing here. This thing's on the main shaft section, I think. So there we go. And that should just, wow, just like that. Neat. Get that out of the way because we don't actually need it. That should just drop right onto there. A little snug. Probably a good thing though. There it's going. There. Okay. Snap ring. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Brand new barrelizer on that one now too. I think this just slides right into there like that. Yep. But we gotta get that shift fork on there. Which way does that go? I have no idea. It's like the world's dumbest fidget spinner. I love it. This thing's got to go onto this thing. Let's try it that way. That'll go on there like that. In there like that, I think. Yeah, that's even kind of riding in the right spot, it looks like. I think we might have got that first try. Okay, now I've got those figured out. That pump needs to have a pumpular portion put in there. I think it was this one. I think. Let's put that magnetron back in there. So that's got to go there. This has got to go in there. Oh, there we go. Then it goes in there like that. There it is. Yeah, okay. Cool. Look at that. That's in there now. I think we got to put the chain on now. So that big beefy boy's got to go on there. I think it just slides on. There we go. There it is. Okay, snap ring installed. Wow, how about that? Okay, that little springy portion's got to go right here, I think. Yeah, that seems like it'd be a great place for that to go. So let's get this belt back on there. See if we can get that on there. I'm sure it'll be a pain in the butt, because why wouldn't it be? Might have to pop that snap ring back off of there. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. It's never gonna go on it. There it is. Okay, good. Here, snap ring back on. Here we go. There we go. Perfect. Chain installed. Now we just got to get that case back on there. This has got that stupid frickin' snap ring dealie that's going to be all of the pain in the butt. We'll see if we can do it here. Is this the point of the procedure where just banging on stuff is the way to go? I don't know. Yeah, it seems that it is, actually. Bang on stuff is the way to go. There we go. That did a thing. Can you just go in your home? I'm so close to being done. Tap it down. Go to your house. I'm not having... Oh, there it is. Did it go? Oh, it went. Holy shit in a frickin' sandwich sack and color it brown and call it a crown. It's in. It's in. It's in. Oh, I didn't put any gasket maker on there first. Good. Take it out. Now that thing needs to go in here. For why, I don't know, but it was in there, so we're going to put it back. There we go. Okay, what's that for? No idea. If you know, do me a favor and keep it to yourself. Let's go ahead and gasketize this side. Probably don't need a ton of this, but luckily I'm a Welgelizer, so we'll just lay a nice bead. Okay, let's give that a quick little finger in and should be good to go to try this again. On you go. Here we go. I think it's time to put hardwares in there, of which I just have ruined stuff. That's fine. It's stuck. Okay, I didn't put it together right then. That doesn't want to shift. And that doesn't want to spin. So I've done something wrong. So let's take it back apart. Oh, I could cry. I could cry a little right now.
Several bad puns later.
We've got rotationals. Front and rear. It shifts. Now it's also front and rear. So that's probably 4 low. Is that neutral? Seems like neutral. Nope, that's 2 before. So that must be neutral. That's neutral. That must be 4's high. Okay, friends, look at that. The transfer case is doing transfer case things. That is ideal. Let's fire in some hardware and hope it doesn't leak. Ow. Just whack myself in the head with that. Okay, now that we've got a handful of those in there, I'm gonna let that just kind of chill out for a second. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to squish in all the seals that I gotta squish in. I'm gonna hit that with just a little bit of gasket maker, just to make it really think about sealing up nicely. A little something, something on there, just to help her out, you know? Is that the right answer? I don't know. Comment down below what you think. Do you gasketize your sealy bits? Okay, I think that's 1 seal sealed. Let's get the seals in the backside, finish with the last of the pieces, and then I'll crank those down to however many ooga-doogas life says we should put them at. Where does this one go? There? Yep. I think that's a seal installed. Now that one. It's a little goop on there. Okay, that's probably not installed enough. I think it's gonna be fine for what we're doing. We need to put that thing back in. We've got a freshie right here. Installed. Boom. And then that thing, which I think is this, but I don't remember. We're just gonna put it in there. And just for the sake of maybe holding some fluid in here, we'll just goop those threads just a little bit. It's got an O-ring on there, but I don't trust that about as far as I can throw it. Okay, that's good and stripped. That's how you know it's good. Okay, friends, let's not count our chickens, but I think we might have a fairly beefed up transferable case now. We got the right spline count now, 32. That's what we were hoping for all of the times. Didn't happen. Hopefully now it is. We'll see. So the next thing is gonna be bang her on up into the truck. Might as well. We're here. Let's get her in there. The name of the game here is gonna be a bit of a benched press up into place. And we'll see how that goes. As I go. Okay. Up we go. In you go. Yes! That makes me so happy I could spit. There you go, I spit. No, that doesn't fit. I guess we'll hand jam all these. That's fine. That's just what I wanted to do after hard days of doing nothing. So, how's your day going? Pretty good. Glad to hear it. Thanks for coming to hang out. Do appreciate you for it. Hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Go check out the sponsors, you know. Get you a discount code on some safety squints. Maybe a noggin topper, a pair of Brenchular boots. Code BREAK10 on all platforms. Check it out. All right, there you go, friends. That's installed. -1. 5 out of 6 ain't bad. We'll probably get to that eventually when I powder choke this cross memory piece here that I built the other day. Ins the meanwhile, got to measure for drive shafts. I don't actually know how to do that, so I'm gonna not right now. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We still gotta put some exhaustables up. That starcher's gotta go in. And I still gotta figure out how to tune this thing. You know, friends, that's a problem for another day. It's well past midnight, and they say nothing good happens at 1 a.m. So I'm gonna go have a safety meeting and maybe take a dump. Okay, bye.